Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So previously I have talked about one of the most dark strategy of manipulation that narcissists used, which is known as triangulation. And today I'm going to talk about another insidious tactic that is used by narcissists to destroy the confidence of their victims from within. It is called devaluation. So, devaluation, as the name suggests, is an act of devaluing or diminishing someone's value. Narcissists use these tactics to destroy the self-confidence and self-esteem of their victim, and it can happen in any relationships, romantic, family, or professional. So, the process of devaluation takes place in a pattern. It starts with idealization phase or love bombing phase at the initial stage of the relationship. Then it leads to devaluation. In the devaluation stage, they start to devalue the victim, and at the last stage, they discard the victim totally, making them feel useless. So, in the idealization stage or the honeymoon stage, the narcissists shower their victims with affection, compliments, and attention to make them feel special or the chosen one. But remember, it's all a trap. Once they make their victims emotionally invested in the relationship, that's when the devaluation. In the devaluation stage, the victims remain confused about the sudden change in the narcissist's behavior towards them. But you have to remember that it's not your fault or the victim's fault that the narcissist is behaving such randomly and badly towards the victim. It's all a part of their grand plan. They want you to remain confused in the relationship so that they can repeat the process again and again. They devalue you, insult you, then come back and apologize to you. You forgive them, and the process begins again. It's an unending cycle. Every human being operates in a pattern, and so does a narcissist. So if you can detect the pattern of narcissist, you can understand how they are working and predict their behavior. Thus, if you see them repeating a behavior again and again and again, for example 3 times in a row, then you have to understand that they are doing it intentionally. It is not a mistake. Thus, if they insult you, devalue you, then again ask for your forgiveness and you forgive them, then again they repeat this for another 3 times, then you have to realize that it is a pattern. They are doing it intentionally. It is not a mistake or a coincidence. Each time you forgive them for their insult and devaluation, they think that if they do it again, you will forgive them again. But it's not true. You have to understand, they are going to hurt you again and again until you leave them. It's all a game to them. Some of the weapons they use to devalue their victims are silent treatment, constant criticism, and public insult disguised as jokes. They will insult you publicly and say that it's just a joke, but it's not true. They are insulting you, devaluing you, humiliating you in front of other people to destroy your self-confidence and self-esteem. You start to feel like you're walking on eggshells around them. while they are giving you silent treatment. You always feel nervous and anxious around them. You cannot do anything comfortably around them. And they do this purposefully, intentionally. In some cases, the victims get addicted to this toxic pattern of idealization, devaluation, and discarding that they start to crave it. And when they are not being devalued, they start to think that something is wrong in the relationship. But nothing is normal or healthy about this kind of relationship between the narcissist and the victim. It is all done by the narcissist strategically to control their victims and to control their emotions. It is incredibly damaging mentally, emotionally, and also physically. So, after devaluation comes discarding. Once you have been devalued enough by the narcissist, they start the next phase, which is discarding. You are ghosted, replaced, and often blamed for all the things that happened in the relationship. And discarding is the last stage of this process, but it is a blessing in disguise. It is an opportunity for you to break free from the narcissist and this toxic pattern. It will hurt at first, but it is the first step their victims can take towards healing, self-reflection, and discovery. You have to remember that narcissists do not have real emotion. They lack real emotions. That's why they feed on others' emotion. That is why they are known as emotional vampires. They suck on others' emotion to feel something about themselves. They crave control over you, and they do it by making you emotionally vulnerable towards them. Your emotional turmoil becomes their power source. I know it's twisted and sick, but this twisted satisfaction is what fuels their repeated cycle of abuse and their narcissistic supply. Narcissistic parents use devaluation tactics to abuse their children, and they do it by constantly criticizing everything they do to crush their confidence from very early on in their childhood. In the workplace, narcissistic bosses do the same to their employees by comparing them with others, ignoring them, or belittling them. Their goal is to make you feel that you will never be enough, to break your self-esteem and confidence. But with enough knowledge, time, and self-awareness, you will be able to spot them and deal with these tactics used by narcissists. Thanks for watching. I have created this channel to help raise awareness about narcissists and their abuse. If this video helped you in any way and understand the cycle of devaluation, please like, comment, and share. Someone else out there might need this right now, so share it with anyone who needs this as much as possible. And drop a comment if you have experienced devaluation in your life. Let's build a community where we can support each other and fight against the narcissist.